VIZIO V705 G3. This is a 70-inch 4K TV. This came after 2 days ago. We had a really bad storm here, lightning. Even here in my shop, I lost the power 3 times and came back. But I was lucky, none of my devices hit by the power surge. This customer lives in this area and is get hit by that lightning storm. So let's plug his TV to the power. He said there is no power to the TV. So the standby light here, it should be go white, but we don't see no light here at all. And if we push the power button, there is no backlight, no standby light. So there is no power at all. Already my little technicians, they took the screws, right guys?
Yeah.
Good. So let's take the back out. Stop. Just a little bit till. So we're gonna need to disconnect this cord here, the power button cord. It's going here. Quick look, you can see here, you see this MOSFET is completely burned. So that's the problem. Okay, what's this MOSFET is? So one of these transformers should be one for the, so must be one for the voltages and one for the backlight. Maybe this is, not sure, this is the backlight. But let's check the board. Okay, so let's check if there is some quick shorts. Can you test this diode and this one? Check them for short. So we put the multimeter ring mode. When it's low the ohm, it's make that noise. So there is no short in this diode. Measure this diode for me as well. Okay, there is no short in that diode. 200 ohm. Okay, but we're still going to test this diode. Check this fuse here.
Is on the middle?
Yes. Always with this in the mirror. Okay, go now. Okay, the fuse still good. That's good. So we're going to go to the rectify bridge and we're going to test the short between the positive and negative. Yeah. Can you test the positive and negative for short? So no short. And the alternative input is the middle line, the middle 2 pins. Check the middle 2 pins, my boy. No short in the output of the rectify bridge. The fuse is good. This diode, did you test this diode?
No.
Test this diode, see if there is a short.
I think we did.
Just try again. So no short in this diode. and I want you to test this one here. There is a diode and there is a MOSFET. This one here is for the to switch in for this transformer. This is step up transformer. Can you test the short here between S and D, source and drain? So no short between source and the drain and the gate over there, the G. Okay, no short in this and that MOSFET. There is a diode here. It said D. We test between these two pins for short. So there is no short in that diode, and these two MOSFETs here is for this transformer. This is the other voltages, I think. Yeah, this TV, it works just with the 16 volt. So there is just 16 volt. There is 16 volt and there is the backlight output. So there is a backlight, it's here, and there is a 16 volt. That's the only output from this connector. One of these transformers is feeding the LED, and the other one is giving the 16 volt. So let's see. So you can see this big transformer here. We have a big trace. It's go all the way to the ground. The other one, it's go to this tube, and there is other here. That's for the LED. So this transformer here is for the LED, and is controlled by this switching IC here. This transformer here, if we follow, there is a diode. You can see from this pen there is a diode. The diode is go to the coil here. The coil from the coil is go to these two pins here. The first two pins is a 16 volt. So the LEDs is powered by this transformer, feeding this two and two here, and this transformer here is given 16 volt. Should be a, there is a diode. Let's see, what is diode? Yeah, there is a diode here, but here in the board they mark DSG as a MOSFET, so should be just marked as a diode. Anyway, you can see here in the mark it said D201. It means it's a diode as well. This one is a diode and this one is a diode. That's the output diodes. So the problem we have in the 16 volt circuit. This is the 16 volt circuit. Yeah, now we're going to check with the diode mode. We check this diode and this diode. For a diode mode, can you check this diode?
Those two?
This one here. So we're going to test it this way, black here and red here, and we see what is giving us. Then we flip and we see what is giving us. Can we do that? So there is no reading this way. If you flip, okay, can you measure it? And we're going to see what is going to give us any. Okay, first it doesn't give us the reading, but here it's give us the reading. It means this diode is good. When it's give us a reading one way, no reading the other way, the diode is good. So let's check the other diode. The same way. So it's give us a reading 200 millivolt. Flip. And we measure it again. It's give us a reading here 200 millivolt as well. So it means this diode is could be bad. So it shouldn't give us 200 both ways. Can you check this diode as well? This one here. So is a 1 volt with this way, and 400 millivolt this way. So it give us a higher reading one way and a low reading the other way. Must be this diode is good. So we have this diode question mark on it. we have this MOSFET so far, and we flip the board. There is a small diode here. Can you check this small diode for me? So it's give us, so we have a lower reading this way. Flip the this again, and we have a lower reading. So there is a big question mark on this diode as well. I can see very small burnet in some resistors. There is a small burnt in this resistor here. So there is a small, you can see a little hole in this resistor. And here as well, it looks like a hole. You can see it's burnt. So we have a bad IC, bad resistor, and bad in this diode too as well. So yeah. So this is the MOSFET, and this is the drain, the output of the MOSFET. This is the source, the input of the MOSFET, and this is the gate, the door for the MOSFET to open and close switching. So you can see this same thing. The MOSFET is, the source is connected to the ground. We have a low ohm resistor here. Can you check this resistor? You see this one, it's mean a ohm, and click the button till you get the symbol. Yeah, that's, we have the sound. Check between here and here, this resistor, if it's work. That's, this resistor here is a low ohm resistor. Okay, that resistor is good. That's good. So we are going to remove the MOSFET. We're going to remove the MOSFET. We're going to remove this diode and test it. We're going to test it out of the board, and we're going to take this diode and test it out of the board.
The lid push on the side there. Yes. Start here, start putting it. Yep, put a little bit more. Put a little bit more. Good job. Good job. Then this one here and this one here. Wait. Here, sometimes you need to move till, okay, put some solder. Good job. Next. Put it and hold. Put some. Good job. And they want some solder here, and here. We need to put those three. We need to put some new solder in that one. Okay. Hold still. Yep. The other one. Okay. Put the solder. Good. Oh, you're not putting it. You don't put the solder in there. You put the solder in. Okay. Here. Good. And I want the solder in the diode. Where is the diode? Let me see. The diode is here. Let me see. You can see it. Where is the diode? It is from here to here. Yes. From here to here. This one here. Look, hold on. Don't put it here because you don't want to burn that one. Just here. I'll put just the here. Okay, good.
Okay, it's good. This one here is a blue, gray, and orange. So this is a high ohm. It's okay. So So let's test that diode. Where is the diode? The diode was here. It was here. Can you measure this diode? Same, let's put the diode mode. Okay, we have 0.4 volt this way. You flip. And we have overload. And we have overload this way. So this diode is good.
So can I try?
So we're still going to use that diode. And we are going to replace this MOSFET here. This is SMK0965. SMK0965. Yeah, I'm going to test. There's a little diode here. Because usually this diode is go bad as well. So we just will put it on the side over there. So from here, so we need to solder this diode one side. It's going to be easy for us to measure it if it's soldered one side. This is too small. Okay, good now. So this way, 0.4 volt. It looks like it's good. This way. Is open line, so this diode is good. So but definitely we have a hole in the IC, the switching IC, and we have a hole in this resistor. So if we follow the trace from this burned resistor, it's go to this diode and this go to the gate of the MOSFET. So this is the drive pin from the IC. So we're gonna need to remove the IC and remove that. So in the junk boards that I have here, I do have kind of similar setup. You can see 16 volt and the LED, but it's a different board. You can see how different setup. But in this, say this transformer, it's here. This one here, it's here. We have a big diode, we have a small diode here, and we have a couple components that we need. The other side we have this diode here, and we have a switching IC over there. So let's follow what's from this diode here. You can see this trace here, and it's go to this resistor is a 5R1. The burned resistor is a 5R1. So we're gonna need this resistor, and we're gonna need this this IC.
It's off.
I know, because I'm gonna change this one.
Why?
This is too big. I'm gonna do this one here. At the same time, we're gonna do the MOSFET. Let's measure. Give me the multimeter. I'm gonna measure the MOSFET. So here in this diode, so yeah, you can see it give us a low reading here because this diode is connected parallel with this resistor. So low reading here. And there is any short in this MOSFET. No short. So I'm going to check the MOSFET. I check this resistor, and I check this IC here. Plus I'm going to check the low ohm resistor. Okay, this MOSFET here is a KHA 65D. All right. Here the same thing, like you can see this IC here. This IC has one pin is not connected. The same thing here. One pin is not connected. Yeah, same setup. So this MOSFET, yeah, this MOSFET is gonna work for this one. This resistor is still good, but I just see a little bit like there is a little burn in it. We're gonna replace it. We have a resistor, a diode, IC, and a small resistor, the one over there, plus the MOSFET. Okay, we put the resistor first. Put this resistor, and we put the diode. So we change this MOSFET. We check this diode is good. This resistor here, we check it, it is good. This IC burned. This low ohm resistor is 5 ohm. Put the power board in the TV. Still, I don't have no standby light here, but I do have the voltage over there. No standby light. So here is the 16 volt. So the TV now is, because it's not powering on yet, so we have the 13 volt. It means our power supply, it works. Yeah, but there is no standby light. So let's check some voltages in the main. We're gonna check in the coils to see what the voltage they have. So we have 1 volt. That's the processor voltage. In this coil here we have 1.5 volt. Could be the RAM. 5 volt here is good. In this coil here we have 3.3 volt is good. Yeah, the NAND voltage is there, or the eMMC. Yeah, that's the RAM voltage. The 3.3 come into this switch. This transistor here is like a switch to turn on and off the 3.3. We're going to check the power button if we have the 3.3 over there. So 2.5. So there is a voltage in the power button. 2.5. And if I press the power button, it's down to 0. So the power button is sending the signal to the controller, but the controller is not responding. Customer told me after the power surge, PS5 stopped working, and it was connected to the HDMI. Some other devices stopped working too. Mostly it should be like a bad dead processor. So for that reason, we are going to replace the main board. Yeah, we have all the power for the standby light to comes on, but the TV has no standby light. So direct is going to be the processor. Sometimes the NAND, but not in the power source case. The NAND is going to be encrypted and you're going to have no standby light. Plug it to the power. Yeah, we have the standby light here, and I do have the backlight, so the TV is powering on. So let's check that 2.5 volt here in the power button if it's normal or it should be 3.8. Yeah, 2.5. 2.5 the power button voltage. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the TV together, then we check the picture and sound. Yeah, TV works. It's already connected to the internet. The apps works. Sound works.
That's why.
So go check the input. Yeah, it's detecting the fire stick. Yeah, it works. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again.